Hey guys, Marcus Katkin here from Blindside Football, here to preview tomorrow night's Bills-Dolphins game. So let's start off first with the Bills side here. Sammy Watkins looks to be fully healthy in this one now, guys. He's been full participant in practice all week and is probable to play tomorrow. So if he's playing, you're sticking him in your starting lineups. It's a bad matchup. We saw what Brent Grimes did to a much better wide receiver in Calvin Johnson last week, with that one-handed interception. But tough matchup, but Watkins still needs to be in your lineup. He's a must-start when he plays. Next up, Fred Jackson, listed as questionable for this one, has been limited in practice all this week, but he's another one that I think, if he plays, he's probably flex-worthy for me. I'm a little worried about the muddied backfield back there. I said on the Phantom podcast last night that the snap count was a little mixed there. 27 snaps for Bryce Brown, 26 for Fred Jackson, and then 22 for Anthony Dixon. So really a three-headed beast back there. I think Fred Jackson's the one you want to own out of the three, and I think as he gets more and more healthy, you'll see him more and more and see those snaps increase, see the workload increase. But more just like a what-the-heck flex, kind of throw him in there, hope for the best, desperation type play, but nothing more than that if he plays. The other two, maybe they have more value if Fred Jackson's out. Bryce Brown obviously looked good last week, so something to pay attention to there. And then finally, Kyle Orton has been playing much better than expected since he's become the starter for them. I think he's been a top 10 fantasy quarterback since becoming the starter. But again, tough matchup. Those cornerbacks in Miami are very, very hard. So he's more of a low-end quarterback one for me this week. Dolphins side of the ball, Lamar Miller is probable. Was limited in practice Monday and Tuesday. But again, if he's starting, you're starting him. Think of him as more like a running back 2 this week with maybe low-end running back 1 upside if he can find the end zone a couple times. But I said it a couple days ago on the waiver wire daily fantasy update. Damian Williams doesn't really do it for me, guys. I mean, I said in the waiver wire podcast, at best he's a 1-week fill-in guy, and that was at best. And the Bills, 3rd best against the run. So tough matchup here for Miller. So like I said, running back 2 unless he can get lucky and kind of find the end zone a couple times. Mike Wallace, obviously their number 1 receiver, 6 touchdowns in the 9 games this season. So he's been getting very consistent, consistently getting in the end zone and scoring you those fantasy points. But the receiving yards just haven't been there this year. Under 60 receiving yards in 5 out of his last 6 games, and hasn't topped 80 yards since week 1 when he had just 81. So not getting it done as far as yardage goes, but the touchdowns are there. So Mike Wallace, wide receiver 2 in this one. Obviously he's playing, so you're sticking him in your lineup. And then finally, Ryan Tannehill was kind of a little nicked up, but he is probable for this one. He's going to play. Again, think of him as like a low-end quarterback 1. Last week, the rushing yards weren't really there, but historically, over the past few weeks, they have been. So, like I said, low quarterback 1 for me because of that rushing ability. Don't forget to subscribe below for my daily fantasy updates and follow me on Twitter @MarcusCatkin.